So hey guys, hopefully you guys are doing well. So in case you're new to this channel, my name is Anthony Marroquin. I'm a full-time musician and also a drum teacher, content creator. So you might see either my reaction videos or my drum covers that I have here on my channel. Thank you guys for your support, first of all. And I'm gonna do something a little different. So I know normally the second week of every month I release a reaction video or a cover video, but I wanted to do something that I felt like it is important, especially for the drumming community, and that is our health. All right, so this is mainly our physical health. I want to share with you guys a story. I had an injury, a personal injury, back in April 2024, where I had an inguinal hernia, which, if you don't know what that is, it is a little lump that you either get right in the pubic area, either on the left or on the right side. Some cases you get both sides. For me, I got lucky and I only had it on the right side, so I got really lucky. However, it was really painful. It's just, thinking about it makes me cringe a little bit. So you probably want to know how I got in the first place. Well, I like to work out in the gym, and during that time I was lifting a lot of heavy weights. I don't know if either I was doing deadlifts or having bench presses and stuff like that. It was something to do with one of those two exercises. I must have pushed myself a little too hard, and I felt like a little jerk right there in the pubic area, and it felt weird to me. Then a week goes by and I noticed a lump in that area, and it looked weird, and it's something I've never seen in my body before. And after that, another week goes by and it starts to hurt, and it started to hurt me when I was giving my one-on-one lessons with my students, and I didn't know what was the cause of it. I was thinking, oh, maybe this pain might go away. It never went away. So I figured I might as well go see a doctor. And during that time, I was also working at my day job, at a warehouse job. I had to lift brake rotors because I worked at a warehouse that sold auto parts to our stores. So I had to lift up struts, axles, and lifting those heavy things, on average it's like about 50 pounds, at the most probably 100 pounds. I had to lift a brake drum. It was really strainful and it really hurt. I just couldn't bear the fact that I had to walk all the way from my department to the break room. It was just really painful. And when I had to go to my night job, which is my teaching job at the time, it was really hurting me even more. Just try to teach the kids how to use the pedal or play a certain rhythm on the kick drum was really hurting me, but I pushed myself. I was trucking along, so I went to go to the doctor. I said, you know what, I need to get this checked out. I did some research online. Some people said that they use like a little harness or brace to kind of keep that hernia down. There's content creators and people who said that they use some natural supplements and stuff like that. I don't even know one of them. I don't know. If you could find one, hey, kudos to you. The last resort I wanted to do was get surgery, and I was a little afraid of the fact that my insurance and health insurance costs was got to be extreme and whatnot. But fortunately, since I was working at my day job, I had that covered, and went to get checked out by a doctor. She recommended me to see a surgeon. The surgeon said, yes, you have an inguinal hernia. Like I said, it's in the pubic area and we need to get surgery. So he asked me and told me, actually he told me first of all, that this surgery is not going to be done until September of 2024. And I said, whoa, buddy. Easy there. I can't wait that long. I don't want to be in pain for so long. I had a show with my band, the Late Night Legends, on July. I can't wait that long, and I don't want to be in pain, and I don't want to make things worse for myself. If I have to play shows and stuff like that, I don't want this to be in the way, and I want to keep recording drum cover videos. So Fortunately, he referred me to another surgeon and we got the surgery done in May. They did 3 incisions on my stomach. I think 1 incision on top of my belly button and 2 at the very bottom. They put a camera, put a patch on both sides, pubic area and the inside, so basically the small intestine comes out from the hole that's right around that area. I don't know how else I can explain it. Just basically, this is the hole, and the intestine was popping out that way. I'm trying to do the best I can to hold the mic and explain this at the same time. The doctor suggested to patch me up on both sides. I said, you know what, just do it. I don't want this to happen again. As soon as I got out of surgery, I was out for 2 hours. Didn't even know I was out. The last thing I remember, I was laying on the bed. They told me to relax. They put like a little memory foam on my head, and next thing I know, it was out. And the nurse is telling, hey, wake up. It's time to wake up. And I was groggy. I felt like crap. And luckily, my dad was able to help me take me home and get myself healed up, and did some research on how some people have been able to recover from this injury, what they did, and a lot of it suggested to do some walking. That's exactly what I did. As much pain as I was in, I just pushed myself to do some walking, and it was the worst day of my life physically. And I went through a lot of pain, like I said, just getting into my bed, because my bed is pretty high up, and just going to the restroom when I needed to go to the restroom was painful. Oh man, but it was a really rough week for me, so I had to take some days off from my teaching job just to recover. I think I took that whole weekend off. But fortunately, I was able to heal myself, so I rested for a good almost 2 months. Went back to my day job in July, got myself prepped out for my late night legend show, and went back to the gym. However, when I started going back to the gym, I started doing some lightweight lift workouts, which I found out that doing light weights is a lot better than doing heavy weights. I don't want to start a debate on here, but there's been some people who have been able to build muscle by doing lightweight lifting. All right, but other than that, guys, I just wanted to share this with you guys in case if you're running into the same situation. I figured that this would be helpful, and there's some options for you to consider. So the first one is see a doctor. All right, you could go out your way, try to find some supplements, some stuff that you might find on Amazon to help you relieve the hernia, but it will always be there unless you do something about it. And I think surgery, for me in this case, was the best option for me, because I didn't want this hernia to be in the way. If I wanted to do recordings or gigs with my band, I just didn't want this to be in the way. The second option, I guess there's only 2 options, is just to leave it alone. But really consider your options too. Is it going to be in the way of your work or your drumming? Is it painful? How painful is it? Because that's something I had to take into consideration myself. Because it was painful, especially when I had to teach. And as a drummer, we have to carry all of our equipment, especially if we're starting out or you don't have a drum tech like all these professionals, and maybe like the drummer from Metallica, Lars Ulrich has his drum tech, and everyone else, who's in this well-known band has their own drum tech. If you're not in that position, then maybe you might not need it, but if you do, well, obviously these guys are out on tour almost every day of the year, then you may have to put that into consideration, because this is painful, like I said. And for me, just trying to use the kick drum and trying to use different techniques, it still was painful to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. But if you just say, F it, I'm just going to go for it. This is not in the way, you're mentally tough, but hey, kudos to you. Now, don't let me stop you, but just remember, it may hurt. I only heard one person online, he has a channel, Ethylene X, said he has had his hernia for about 8 years, so Some people are able to manage it, other people can't because it's just too painful. And for me, it was just too painful for me to deal with it, and I felt like it would be in the way of my job and my day-to-day routines. Alright guys, so hopefully you found this helpful, and you consider some things, especially if you're in a position, if you have an inguinal hernia, you're a musician and a drummer as well. So take care of yourselves, guys, and feel free to support my channel, subscribe to my channel, share this with other musicians and drummers who might find this beneficial, or in the position where they have a hernia or have been injured. We're here to help each other out. I love the drumming community, so I figure I'd give back to the drumming community by making this video. So happy Valentine's Day, guys. I got links down below to my books, free drum lesson for the first drum lesson that you can sign up with me, my social media links to my band page, and my free email list where you get more drum tips as well. Alright, you guys, take care, guys. God bless, and always be grateful, guys. Bye, guys.